Now, NBC4 investigates.
An Ohio family sweating from the pressure of an $800 electric bill last month. And when they found out the rising cost wasn't the result of running the AC, they called NBC4 Investigates Jamie Ostroff to try to shine some light on why this price was so high and why it caught them by surprise. So what did you find out? This is a hefty increase from one bill to the next.
Yeah, absolutely. And it turns out these folks aren't alone. This might even sound familiar to some of you watching right now. They were not the only people who have asked me in recent weeks, how is my electric bill suddenly so high? I went to the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio to find out and learn the pricing practices of these suppliers are totally unregulated. James Mathias's house in Logan is a welcoming place, from the docile Mastiff puppy to Mom Barbara's oil paintings on the wall and her thriving vegetable garden.
I'm glad my red raspberries aren't green. I'd never find them. I like to give stuff away.
But not give away money to the power company.
No, they didn't earn it.
The one thing that's not welcome here? This $800 electric bill.
I'm not crazy about it.
The mother and son showed me their bills, climbing dramatically from $290 since April.
We've had new windows put in, new roof. I've done a lot of work. I spent a month trying to figure out why our utility bill is so high, trying to figure out what to do.
Then he found out it wasn't their fault.
I called AEP and they went over the bill with me, and when they found out that our kilowatt hours was 30 cents a kilowatt hour, that we were being robbed by this utility carrier.
That's more than 4 times AEP's price to compare of 7 cents. Why the difference? AEP is the power distributor, meaning they control the infrastructure that brings electricity to your home. Because we all use the same distributor, the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio regulates AEP's prices to keep them from abusing the monopoly. As PUCO's Matt Schilling explains, it's a different story for the companies that supply the power that AEP distributes.
It's a competitive business, so we don't have direct jurisdiction over the rates that they charge.
Since 2001, Ohio has allowed energy suppliers to compete for your business through the Energy Choice Ohio program. These companies might entice you with a gift card, promises of renewable energy sources, or an offer to lock in your rate for a fixed period of time. In Barbara's case,
well, they guaranteed that it was less than what I was paying, but they didn't tell me it's for a year or anything.
Between April and July, the family's supplier went from charging them 13 cents per kilowatt hour to 30.
Electric is something that people need, and that's something that people shouldn't be allowed to
take advantage.
Yeah, it should be illegal.
But as long as it's in writing, it is legal. As long as it's in the fine print, they just have carte blanche to charge whatever they want?
Yeah, since the retail rates of energy supply were deregulated in 2001, the PUCO no longer has any jurisdiction over the actual rates they charge. But the main focus for the regulator here in this competitive space is full disclosure. So all the terms and conditions must be disclosed ahead of time and in full to the consumers.
Barbara says she can't find the original contract.
We'll have to pay it.
After dipping into savings, she switched suppliers. That's one way to lower your bill. Here's another.
Our customer call center is one of our best windows into the real world, into what these contracts are.
Now, that customer call center approach has worked in the past. Back in 2019, the PUCO got more than 50 calls about one supplier. The commission investigated and found that this company was charging what PUCO called unconscionable rates. That company is no longer allowed to do business in Ohio. Now, we do have PUCO's contact information for you at NBC4i.com. plus information about when I looked into Barbara's supplier, as well as a list of questions to ask your energy supplier before you sign up.